There we go. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Big Fight Fuel channel, where we speak the truth, we are honest, we give out takes on the WWE. We're reviewing Money in the Bank tonight. The show just got over, and despite the ending and the result that I did not like a lot, I do think that tonight, Money in the Bank was the best WWE pay-per-view of 2022. They gave the fans what they wanted, somewhat. The result at the end with Austin Theory, I don't really know how to think about that. I'm kind of okay with it, but at the same time, I'm not okay with it. Liv Morgan won the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and now she's the Smackdown Women's Champion after defeating Ronda Rousey and the Usos and the Street Profits. My God, man. That was one of the best matches I've seen all year. Not just in WWE, but in professional wrestling. Was it my favorite match of the year? No, but it's definitely a match of the year candidate. It's probably the match of the year in WWE, if you ask me. Between that and the first Cody Rhodes Seth Rollins match at WrestleMania. But guys, we're going to talk about Money in the Bank tonight. This was a really good pay-per-view from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. Like I said, I think this was WWE's best pay-per-view of the entire year, and a lot of people, including myself, looked at this card and had little to no expectations going into the show. I am tired. It's been a long day. I had a party to go to before the show tonight, so I am tired. And we'll talk about everything Money in the Bank. Kind of talk what direction WWE's going with SummerSlam. We got a mystery vignette tonight. That's another one of the big things. When we get to that, who's it for? Fightful pretty much already spoiled it for who the mystery vignette's for. And we'll talk about it tonight. I thank you all. Thank you all so much for joining me. So, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Be sure to go check out the Forbidden Door review. And this week we reviewed Blood and Guts, AEW Blood and Guts. Over 100 views on that video, talking about one of the best matches of the entire year. We're getting a lot of match of the year candidates now, man. Blood and Guts on Wednesday. The tag team title match tonight. I love it, man. Pro wrestling is on a peak right now. Pro wrestling, it's on its high peak during the summer. And yeah, I absolutely love it. Pro wrestling is thriving right now. And I know that mostly WWE, crap on them for their weekly TV. Their weekly TV is not the best, but I got to give credit where my credit is due, man. Tonight was a really good show. And shout out to Las Vegas as well. That was a great crowd tonight. Very loud and energetic. Hold on a second. Texting my friend about the show real quick, so. All right. So, shout out to Las Vegas. I was texting my friend Nathan, talking about the Money in the Bank show. But shout out to Las Vegas. That was a really good crowd tonight. They were loud throughout the entire show, outside the two women's matches, which honestly, excuse me, Well, the only down points of the show, well, I thought Bianca and Carmella was fine. It was exactly what it needed to be. But besides the two women's matches, I thought the crowd was loud the entire night. The two women title matches. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into the show. We got 6 matches to go over. And we opened up with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, which was contested by Becky Lynch, Asuka, Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Raquel Rodriguez, Shotzi, and Lacey Evans. And this was ended with Liv Morgan winning, knocking down Becky Lynch to unhook the women's briefcase, and she is Miss Money in the Bank for 2022. The match itself, was okay, but there were a lot of botches. The match wasn't, in my opinion, the match wasn't terrible, but there was a lot of miscommunication, a lot of sloppiness, and a lot of botches as well. And I feel bad for Shotzi because she was in most of the botches. She had about 3 botches tonight. The main one was that botch to Alexa Bliss. Everybody's talking about it on Twitter. So her first botch, let's just talk about that. Her first botch, you had a ladder on a on a slant like that, and Raquel Rodriguez was standing behind the ladder. And Shotzi was trying to run up the ladder, and she slipped. She was trying to basically run up and like do a running knee to Raquel. That's what I think she was doing. But she failed miserably. She got like 2 runs up and she fell. I know she had a second botch. I can't remember what it was. But excuse me. Her third botch was the worst. And I hope Alexa Bliss is okay because I think this botch hurt Alexa Bliss. So Shotzi had Alexa Bliss in an electric chair position, and she was going to back up, and Alexa just hit the ladder, and the ladder fell, and the ladder ended up on a slanted angle. It wasn't great. Alexa Bliss, I hope she's okay. That looked really brutal, and was not a good night for Shotzi. I do not remember Shotzi because I don't watch WWE every single week now. I don't remember Shotzi being this bad. In NXT, she was actually really good. Shotzi was actually pretty good from when I saw her in NXT. Then I saw her, she was on Smackdown. I didn't see her much. But man, I don't remember her being this bad as a wrestler on the main. I guess that's just the main roster way. And the same's for Raquel Rodriguez. She's very inexperienced, so she'll get it there. A lot of wrestlers in this match were not fit for ladder matches. Like Raquel, Lacey Evans was really off, miscommunications, timing issues. Clearly, Shotzi wasn't fit for this match. Alexa Bliss wasn't great either. This was a 3-woman match. This was really a 3-woman match between Becky, Asuka, and Liv Morgan. And I think on the ladder, on the top rope ladder jump that Becky did, I think Asuka got hurt because Becky she jumped off the ladder onto Asuka, who was laying she was laying on top of a ladder, and she landed right on Asuka's wrist. She literally landed right on Asuka's wrist, and you could see Asuka clutching up her wrist. I hope she's fine after that. The match came down to Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch. Liv Morgan knocked down Becky Lynch, and she is 2022 Money in the Bank winner. Totally did not see that coming, man, but very happy for her. Her night wasn't over there, so we're just going to save the rest of it once we get done the Ronda Rousey Natalia match. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I'm not going to be here forever, but let's just keep going. Bobby Lashley against Theory for the United States Championship was your next match, with Bobby Lashley tapping out Theory. With Bobby Lashley tapping out Theory to win the United States Championship. And I was like, good. This is good. Bobby Lashley's the United States Champion. Let's get Theory away from the United States Championship, because if he's facing John Cena at SummerSlam, and the whole goal from this is to elevate Theory to the next level, what would be good if Theory's the United States Champion, beats John Cena, and then goes into a feud with, let's say, Ali or Ricochet. Ricochet, I don't even know if he's on. Is he on Raw or SmackDown? I think he's on SmackDown. But if he goes into a feud with Ali after he just beat John Cena, what good does that do for Austin Theory? What good? That does nothing. So it'd be more impactful with him dropping the title, having a one-on-one match with Cena, beating Cena, and then going right into the main event scene. But clearly, we don't know if that's happening. After tonight, we don't even know if it's going to be John Cena against Austin Theory at SummerSlam. We don't know. We don't know. Again, we're not done with Austin Theory, but we'll talk about him at the main event. Carmella against Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. This was probably the most pointless match of the night. Carmella, this match was supposed to be Rhea Ripley against Bianca Belair. Rhea Ripley is injured, so obviously that cannot happen. But this was the most pointless match of the night. This was obviously predictable going into it. This match was exactly what it needed to be. In and out, quick, no more than 10 minutes. The ladies got about 8 minutes. And I know people are like, oh, but why are you saying the women shouldn't get a lot of time? This match shouldn't get a lot of time. This match doesn't deserve to get a lot of time, because, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Has anybody really thought going into it that Carmella was going to win? No. No. Absolutely not. So we're moving on for that. Bianca Belair retained, of course. My match of the night. My match of the night. And I'm pretty sure it's everybody's match of the night. I'm not going to go over it move for move, because I just don't have the time for that. I'm tired. If you didn't watch the match, all I'm going to say is go on Peacock, click on Money in the Bank, and go watch the match. Just go watch the match for yourselves. I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it. The Usos and the Street Profits. We need to see more tag team matches like this in WWE. And it was up to this point, at the end of this match, I'm like, there's no way there's no way Vince McMahon is running this show tonight. There's no possible way that this is a Vince McMahon show tonight. This has to be a Stephanie McMahon show because at this point, I'm blown away from what WWE is doing tonight. I'm shocked. They gave the people what they wanted with Liv Morgan winning Money in the Bank. People like Bobby Lashley. He wins the United States Championship. Bianca Belair. And now this match felt like a professional wrestling match and not the slow down pace style match like a WWE style match. This was awesome. This was awesome. All four guys killed it. The Usos showed you why they are one of the best tag teams in the world. They're obviously the best tag team in the WWE, but they showed you tonight why they're up there with FTR, the Young Bucks, the Lucha Bros. I'm not saying they're the best tag team in the world, but goddamn, they're pretty damn good, man. They're pretty damn good. And this match was awesome. This was probably the best Street Profits match I've ever seen. This was probably the best of my favorite Street Profits match that I've ever seen tonight. And a team like the Usos, when they're in the ring with the Usos, the Street Profits step up their game. They're not silly and goofy and screaming, "We want the smoke," and singing and all that stuff. Nah, they went to business tonight, man. They went to business tonight. So if you did not watch this match, you need to go watch this match on Peacock. It is an awesome, around 20-minute tag team match, and it's one of, if not the best match in the WWE the entire year. This will absolutely go down as a match of the year candidate in WWE. Natalya against Ronda Rousey. Again, this match was so pointless. The crowd was absolutely as dead could be during this match. No one gave a fuck. No one cared about Natalya. No one cared about Ronda Rousey. They sat there with their hands. They sat there sitting on their hands in the crowd, not saying a word, waiting for the match to be over. So the match is over, and this is where shit gets crazy. The match is over, and Ronda's celebrating, and I thought someone was coming down, for sure. I thought they were either going to have Charlotte come out, bring back Charlotte, set up a SummerSlam program between her and Ronda Rousey again. I'm glad that didn't happen. We could have seen Bayley tonight. We could have seen Bayley make her return, attack Ronda Rousey, and boom. Your SummerSlam match for the Smackdown Women's Championship is Bayley against Ronda Rousey. Nope. Neither of that happened. Liv Morgan, who won the Women's Money in the Bank earlier in the night, cashed in for the SmackDown Women's Championship on Ronda Rousey, and she was immediately put into an ankle lock. And I thought, oh no. Don't tell me they're going to have Liv Morgan cash in on the same night and lose. When she was in the ankle lock, I really thought she was about to tap out. Thank God she got out of it. And thank God she rolled up Ronda Rousey. 1, 2, 3. Who would have seen this coming? Liv Morgan is your SmackDown Women's Champion. The crowd went crazy. Liv Morgan was crying. Apparently, Michael Cole said her mom was at ringside. And after the match, Ronda presented Liv Morgan with the SmackDown Women's Championship, gave her a hug, raised her hand, and walked away. I think this is it for Ronda Rousey. I think this is it for Ronda Rousey. And if it is, I got no problem. Because I don't care about Ronda Rousey. She stinks. I don't know what happened with this run compared to her 2018 run, but my God. Her run in 2018 blew her run in 2022 out of the water. It was blown out of the water. As far as Liv Morgan goes, man, I'm happy for her. I was shocked that WWE went with this direction. And again, this is another reason why I think this was a Stephanie McMahon show tonight, and this was not a Vince McMahon show, because I don't watch the program, but all I hear about is how Liv Morgan loses every week. And Liv Morgan doesn't win matches. And then tonight, she wins the Money in the Bank, and she cashes in successfully on Ronda Rousey. And WWE gave the people what they wanted. I can't remember. I mean, Cody at WrestleMania. People wanted to see Cody, and they got Cody. I can't remember the last time WWE didn't give the people, the last time WWE gave the fans what they wanted since Cody making his debut at WrestleMania. This was awesome. Everybody loves Liv Morgan. Wrestling fans, the IWC, adore Liv Morgan. You could tell how much people are happy for her, how happy wrestlers are for her. You see wrestlers in AEW, Ruby Soho, Dax. You see a lot of people, a lot of wrestlers tweeting about how happy they are for Liv Morgan. And that's awesome. That is the best feeling when you see positive feedback for her. You don't see anything negative. You don't see a negative reaction for a wrestler when something great happens like it did tonight for Liv Morgan. And Michael Cole made it better tonight as well. Shout out to him. He did a great night tonight he had a great night on commentary tonight, and he made the moment feel even bigger when he brought up a story in 2014 where a girl, he brought up her real name too, when a girl named Gianna walked up to him in the Performance Center and said, "Hi, I'm Gianna. One day, I'll be the women's champion." And here we are. That moment made it so much better. So much better. Reports are already coming out by Fightful that the plan for SummerSlam is to have Liv Morgan defend against Charlotte. And this sucks, because this is exactly like when Nikki Ash won the Women's Money in the Bank last year. Not like anybody wanted to see her win compared to people wanting to see Liv Morgan win it this year, but this is the same situation we were in with Nikki Ash last year. She won the Money in the Bank. Instead of cashing in on the same night, she cashed it in the next night on Raw, she won the Raw Women's Championship, and about a month later, she dropped the title to Charlotte. And I hope we're not in the same situation with Liv Morgan. If WWE goes into Nashville, does Charlotte against Liv Morgan, and has Charlotte defeat Liv Morgan, everything you did for Liv Morgan tonight was a complete waste of time, and you, the WWE, are going to lose a lot of fans, because people have waited a long time to see this happen with Liv Morgan, and for her reign to only be 4 weeks would be a complete waste of time. A complete waste of time. If they're gonna book the match, fine, but Liv Morgan needs to go over. She's got to go over. They aired a creepy vignette teasing a return. A lot of people thought, oh my God, it's The Fiend. Who could it be? Is it The Fiend coming back? Is it an NXT call-up? According to Fightful, it's Edge. It's a return for Edge, and I'm guessing that he's going back and getting his revenge on the Judgment Day, because in the vignette you saw a gold medal, glasses, and Jeff Hardy arm sleeves, which goes back to matches he's had with in the past couple years, for how long Edge has been in WWE. So, according to Fightful, this video package is for Edge. That should be interesting. Main event. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. I'm tired, so I'm going to make this as fast as possible. Another really good match. Not as good as the tag team title match. This match was better than the women's match, but the women's outcome was better than the men's outcome. If you didn't watch this match, I advise you to go back and watch it. This match was really good, which was ruined by the ending. The match was Riddle, Seth Rollins, Omos, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Sami Zayn, and Madcap Moss. Before the match, Adam Pearce comes out and is like, it's been an amazing night here in Las Vegas, and way to make it more amazing than entering an 8th person into the Money in the Bank ladder match. And that 8th person is going to be Theory. So Theory comes out, and he's the 8th person. And when he came out, I'm like, I don't have a good feeling about this. This is Vince McMahon asserting Theory into the ladder match after storyline-wise. Theory bitched to Vince McMahon after losing the United States Championship and politicked his way into getting in this ladder match. And wouldn't you know it, Theory won. Theory won after knocking down Matt Riddle, and he is your 2022 Mr. Money in the Bank. Now, a lot of people are going back and forth. Why did Theory win? Is Theory going to become the new undisputed WWE champion? He's going to cash in at SummerSlam. and I talked about this with my friend Nathan. You guys know him. He's been on a bunch of the AEW vlogs I've done here. The cash-in is going to happen at SummerSlam. They booked a last man standing match for a reason between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. I don't like the fact that it's Brock Lesnar going against Roman Reigns, but they booked it as a last man standing match for a reason. They're either going to A, make this a triple threat match, last man standing rules, middle of the match, or B, someone's going to be so beat up after the match that Austin Theory is going to come down, cash in, and win the championship. Now, if there's a way of Theory just cashing in for the WWE Championship, I could see Roman Reigns beating Brock. Roman Reigns being so beat up after the match. Theory coming down with the briefcase, cashing in on just the WWE Championship, and taking the WWE Championship from Roman Reigns while Roman Reigns is still holding on the Universal Championship heading into Cardiff to face Drew McIntyre. If that's not the case, I don't know. Maybe Theory doesn't cash in successfully. Maybe Austin Theory doesn't have a successful cash in, but he's Vince McMahon's new protege. He's Vince McMahon's new chosen one. I don't see him failing to cash in. I don't think he should be in this spot in the first place. He's only 24. I thought they should have start building Theory up to then get to a WWE Championship after beating John Cena at SummerSlam. They just hot-shotted him to the main event. That's all they did. They just hot-shotted him to the main event. And I don't know. He could fail. I don't see him failing. But they could do a storyline. I don't know. Here's a pitch. I don't know if you guys will like this one. But what if we've known all these years that Vince McMahon's guy is Roman Reigns? That's Vince McMahon's golden boy. What if they do a storyline that turns Roman Reigns back to a babyface, which I doesn't sound great. If Vince McMahon, Austin Theory is Vince McMahon's new golden boy instead of Roman Reigns. I'm not really sure how that would go over with Roman Reigns being on this incredible heel run, or Theory, if Theory and Cena doesn't happen at SummerSlam, then Theory cashes in at SummerSlam, successfully cashes in, is the new undisputed champion, holds the titles until WrestleMania, and we get Austin Theory against John Cena at WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood, with John Cena becoming the 17-time world champion. It's possible. It's definitely possible. But guys, I'm going to get out of here. Like I said. Despite this result with Austin Theory winning, this was WWE's best pay-per-view of the entire year. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. Comment down below your thoughts about the Money in the Bank pay-per-view tonight. Hit the like button if you like what you heard from me on the channel tonight. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well, at @Con_Joseph. And guys, I'm going to relax tomorrow. I'm going to chill out on 4th of July down at Wildwood. And I will be back here with you guys Wednesday night for AEW with Cameron and Wesley talking about Wardlow and Scorpio Sky for the TNT Championship. We also got Brody King against Moxley for the AEW Interim World Championship. So Wednesday night should be another fun night. I'll see you guys then. Have a good one. Stay safe. And as always, stay classy. We out. Peace.